Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody. Tonya Fairbanks here, and welcome to Live in the Bold, a space for real, unfiltered conversations about love, loss, and healing. Today, we're talking about something profoundly personal, living life with a brain tumor. My guest today is someone who has walked through that loss and is graciously here to share her story. This conversation isn't about fixing grief, but sitting with it and honoring it. Whether you're grieving or supporting someone who is, I hope this space helps you feel seen. So would you please help me welcome my really good friend and sister, Stephanie Douglas-Fleming.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, round of applause, round of applause, round of applause. Okay, so you're here to talk about this brain tumor.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come about finding out about it? Like, what happened?
A lot happened.
Okay.
I actually started finding out about it probably a year before I realized I had a brain tumor.
Okay.
So it was a whole story behind it. But back in 2015, like one night, middle of the night, I got a migraine.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 a.m. I get up, I take medicine, nothing's working. I go in my son's room and I lay on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm literally like rolling around. I call my mama. She comes and picks me up, take me to the hospital. And they do a CT scan. They're like, nothing's wrong. They send me home, tell me to follow up with my primary care physician. So I make an appointment. I go in, see him, and he looks at, he's like, it's fine. He gives me some medicine.
Wow.
Tells me, just follow up, take the medicine. Does no testing, nothing. So for a year, I take this medication and go on with my life. Well, at this time, I'm also in graduate school, and I'm working as a behavioral health case manager. And so I'm going to see some clients and stuff like that, and had some cancel one day. This is like February of 2016 by now. And I had some cancel. So I was like, great, I get to go home and take a nap before I had to go pick up the boys.
Okay.
Happy. Zoom home, lay down and take a nap before I have to get up, pick them up, go home, write papers, all that kind of stuff before, mama stuff. And when I wake up, though, I can't see out of my left eye. And I'm like, did I sleep on it wrong?
Right.
What was going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, don't even have time to worry about it because I got stuff I still got to do.
Right.
So I go pick them up, come home, still write my papers, do, cooking, cleaning, whatever. Get up, go to work the next day, still can't see out of this eye.
Girl.
But I still don't have time to really worry about it.
Yeah.
So I go throughout that day. Finally, I'm like, okay, it's 2 days in. I got to go to the doctor. And I go back to my primary care doctor, does an exam, and he tells me, I think it's just allergies. And
are you serious?
he gives me a steroid and some eye drops, and he sends me home. And I'm like, I've had allergies for 36 years.
Right.
And never once have they made me go blind.
Right, because y'all, her allergies. This girl's not everywhere.
Right.
Outlet, okay? So, yeah.
All the time.
Something's not adding up there.
Time.
All the time.
So I'm like, let me go see, like, a real eye doctor, like an ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
Just a real eye doctor. So I find one, make an appointment. I go see this eye doctor. I get in there, and this doctor is literally, he's 86 years old. And he's retiring that week.
Oh, wow.
But he's like, come on, and he sits me down, he does my eye exam, and he starts telling me about how when we age, we have vision changes.
Are you for real right now?
I'm like, well, okay,
yeah.
but It's a lot. He was telling me like how, you know, he could start seeing little spots and stuff. I'm like, dude, it is so much difference between 36 and 86.
Yeah.
He was like, but if, you know, he's like, but there's nothing wrong with your eye. So, you know, just keep that in mind. And he was like, and if anything else changes, come back. You leave
so
on
what?
Friday.
Right. Okay.
So I walked out of there still mad.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, this is not working out. I'm going to find me another doctor to go see. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I've got some Native American. I was like, I'm going to go over here to the Oklahoma City Indian Clinic. Mm-hmm. See my doctor over there who I've seen a lot. You know, she knows me. She knows I have allergies. Yeah. You know, all these different things. So I make an appointment. I go in and see her. And she looks at me, examines. And she gets ready to tell me, you know, Stephanie, I think it's probably just allergies. Well, by now, I'm mad. Yeah. And I said, listen, it's not allergies. Mm-hmm. I've had allergies my whole entire life. Mm-hmm. And I understand that you may not know what's wrong with me. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to leave here until you can either figure out what is or send me to somebody who can. Yeah. And she got mad at me. She walked out that office. Yeah. She left me sitting in there for 45 minutes. Are you serious? 45 minutes. But when she came back, what she had was a referral to the optometry the clinic across the street. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you can go over there. She was like, I don't know if they'll be able to see you today, and they normally just do glasses, but you can go over there and they can check your eye. Mm-hmm. She was really just trying to get me out of there. Yeah. So I went across the street, sat down over there. I literally waited 5 hours for them to work me in to see that optometrist. But she got me in there, dilated my eyes. She did every single test that you would do for an eye. She at the end, she's just like, Stephanie, there's absolutely nothing wrong with your eye. What? Except for the fact that you can't see out of it. She said, I don't know what's wrong, but I want you to come back every single day until I can figure it out. That was on a Monday. Mm-hmm. So here I am driving to the Oklahoma City Clinic every single day. Yeah. Crazy thing. I mean, she literally had all her little colleagues coming in, doing all these different vision tests and, you know, spectrum tests, color tests, all these different things. It's crazy, though, because one of the most basic tests that you get when you go to see any eye doctor is that little test where they measure how far your eyeball sticks out of your eye. Mm-hmm. So she did it on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, though, when I went into the office, we sat down. She starts doing the same stuff as normal. She's getting all her stuff. She comes back with that little ruler thing. And she puts it up. And she takes it down. And she puts it back up. And she looks at my paper. And she looks at me and she says, don't freak out. And I said,
man, why would you start with that? Like, I'm finna freak out.
I never freak out.
Of course.
But she was like, I said, I'm not freaking out. She was like, okay, don't freak out. I was like, you're freaking out. Mm-hmm. But she was like, okay, come follow me. So we come out of the little exam room, and I follow her back to her actual office. And she gets on the phone, and she calls out to Dean McGee. And she talks to a neuro-ophthalmologist out there, and she's like, I have a patient here who I really need you to see her, like, right now. And he's like, okay. You know, he was like, but first I need her to get an MRI. So he was like, I got to make some calls. He called out to this imaging clinic all the way out in Norman.
Oh, wow.
Mind you, I can't see. Right. I hit every curb from the city all the way to Norman. Okay, so
that's not unusual, though. So
every dang curb. So I get out there, get this MRI with or without contrast, take him my little disc back, get to Dean McGee. He actually waited for me, like closed and everything. And I'm waiting in the office, and he comes in, he takes the disc from me, And he was like, hey, come here. And he sits me down in front of the computer and he was like, okay, so look, this is your brain. He was like, this is the right side of your brain. It's all clear. It's great. He was like, this is the left side of your brain. And this is a tumor. It has wrapped itself around your optic nerve, gone into your nasal cavities, down your cheek, and into your jaw.
Oh my God.
He said, Stephanie, I can't help you. He said, but I'm going to do my very best to find somebody who can. And I was like, brain tumor. Okay. You know. And as he was like, I want you to stop and get some images and stuff before you leave. And I was all right. So as I'm walking out, my mama calls me. She's like, so what did they say? I was like, oh, it's a brain tumor.
All nonchalant, just like that. I know you did.
I did.
I know she was like, she flipped out.
She was like, I have to call you back. She hung up. You know. Then I went in and got my tests and stuff like that, and I called Micah, my husband, and I called my kid's dad, and I was like, yeah, it's a brain tumor. It never gave me that reaction. Every single person I talked to just flipped out, crying, and
my eyes over here watering thinking about it. I was like, I forgot to get the tissue. I'm gonna be the one crying, not Stephanie.
But, you know, so I just never had that feeling like, oh my gosh, this is something this big.
Yeah.
Or even scary, you know. After that, you know, I had to wait a while till I got somebody that actually felt like they could help me with it, because a lot of doctors said they couldn't touch it. Just from the location of it.
Wow.
And crazy thing is there was a doctor, he was in Australia, and he was like, hey, I'm not in the States right now, but I can come and get that tumor out. He's like, I gotta go to Japan first, but then I'll be in the US and I can get it out. And so it's crazy, but I had my whole family came to this consultation. My room was full of people. They had to do my consultation. My doctor's appointment was in the conference room. And he was telling everybody in my family, like, she's got these two options. Because of where it's located, if I go in and try to take all of the tumor out, it is going to leave her like slack on the left side. Or she can go through the option of like leaving some and then going through radiation and then, you know, all that. So I chose the second option.
Right.
He was like, and we have to get it now because we don't want her to die.
Right.
He said, honestly and truthfully, if you wait 2 more weeks, that tumor is going to continue to grow, push your eyeball out, and you will be dead. And everybody was like, ah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But that was it, you know. That was how I found out I had a brain tumor.
You've kind of answered this already, but like, speak to how the diagnosis changed your perspective on life. And like, you know, the things that followed leading up to surgery.
Well, it didn't really change my perspective. It just made me say, I need to do this right now. Let me do this right now. Let me go ahead and get this done right now. Like with my kids, let me make sure I get them enrolled in school. Let me make sure I have this set up. So it was like, I have 2 weeks to make sure everything is settled. Like, I was in my very last class of graduate school. So I was like, let me hurry up and finish this class out.
Yeah.
Let me hurry up and do all of it. I had 2 weeks, you know. I just had to get it done in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, goodness. That, at any point in time in those 2 weeks, or even before that, when you were trying to figure out what the diagnosis was and going to the doctor and all that, did you ever get upset or angry with God? And what did that look like?
I never got upset with God because I always feel like, well, God's got me. He's going to show me what to do. But I was upset with the world. It was after I came back from my Indian doctor, the one before So I had gone in, I had seen the optometrist, but nobody still knew what was wrong. And I came into my living room, and I wanted to sit down and watch TV. And I couldn't see. You know, and I'm trying to watch TV, and I just wanted to watch TV, and I sat there in my chair, and I was just so frustrated. And that was the one and only time I cried. And I cried out of frustration and just like, what is it?
Yeah.
What is wrong? And who do I need to talk to help me? And that's what I said, God, who do I need to tell? Who do I need to speak up to just guide me? Show me what I need to do to advocate for myself. You know, I spent so much time always advocating for everybody else. I was like, help me advocate for myself.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true. Because you everybody's big sister. She is going to, this is what. Man,
that's all I know.
Yeah, for real, because you've been a big sister all your life, right? Well, you know.
Yeah.
What was the most challenging part of your treatment journey? Physical. Well, you know what? Let's rewind a little bit, because you had the surgery, and obviously it went well. But what were some setbacks? Were there any setbacks that you had that you didn't think that you would have?
The whole thing was a setback.
Oh, yeah.
You were there. The whole thing was like, a setback. Yeah. I went stone nuts.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when, before going into the surgery, they were like, do you need anything to help calm you down? Still, again, I'm all fine. You know, nothing's wrong. I'm okay. And so many people from the city and my family, you know, had come to see me go in, and everybody wanted to have prayer and stuff. And when they wheeled me out, I felt like I was one of those people who, you know.
I know you're going to say something stupid. That's what I was talking. Go ahead.
But, you know, anyway, so I was going down the hallway, and I'm looking to the right and looking to the left, and I'm like, golly. I mean, I love everybody, but, whoo. So I go back, I have my surgery, and I come out, and when I wake up, first of all, I'm at OU. When I wake up, they have me in a hallway.
Shut up.
Yes, I was in a hallway because the ICU was full. But I'm coming in and out of consciousness. And I wake up, I'm in the hallway once. I was like, okay. I wake up, I'm still in the hallway. I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, Micah, you gonna say something? I'm in the hallway.
Yeah.
And then my mama, she's a Looney Tune right now. I'm stressed.
Right.
So I wake up. The last time I woke up and I was still in the hallway, I said, y'all must want me to burn this hospital down. Get me out this hallway.
Yeah.
You know? And so eventually they went ahead and they were like, well, we've got some room. I was like, because in a minute, I'm going to act ugly.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help anybody in ICU. Or myself.
Right.
I don't want to die either. And so they get me in the ICU. And that was the beginning of my recovery. Because in the end, I had to learn how to walk again, write again, chew and swallow again.
Yep.
They would be like, here, eat this. And I thought I was eating it. I thought I was chewing and swallowing. And then they'd be like, open your mouth. And it would be food, just all in my jaws. And I'd be like,
Right.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, like, oh, okay.
You know, just, it almost, it's like it resets you back to learning everything that you, those skills that you learn as a toddler,
right?
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
Even the behavioral part. I was having tantrums, throwing food, acting crazy. So everybody that was around me, it was a journey for them too.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you think the boys took it?
Everybody. the Quincy, because Quincy was young. Quincy don't even remember, I don't think.
Well, good. Yeah, he was really young at the time.
He was
so,
3.
Yeah.
You know, it made Gregory have to assume a lot of responsibility. Gregory grew up really fast. You know, he could do a lot of things that most kids couldn't do. You know, and then for me, everybody thought I was just gonna have one. I had 4. Like even now, I still go every 3 months to get checked for these brain tumors, and nobody knows where they came from. It's not even like it's in my history or no, they just come. You know, so it has literally changed everything.
Were there any specific fears that you had about your surgery? And how did you work through them?
My only fear, and this is my fear anytime, is that I wouldn't be here for the people that love me. That's my fear.
How do you, at that time, how did you work through that? Were you able to like kind of come to terms with, okay, this is how it's gonna be?
No, I pretty much just said, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Okay. What is something that you learned about yourself during this time?
I'm even stronger than I thought I was before. Because I thought I was strong to begin with.
Yeah.
But also that I'll say my faith is stronger than I thought it was before. You know, that I can overcome more than I thought I could before. You know, a lot of time people ask me, why am I not sad? Or why do I ever feel like, why did this happen to me? Or why am I going through that? Well, I feel like it was supposed to. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that was the path that I was given. And I feel like, you know, I was put here to honestly be a light. To share my story.
Yeah.
You know, to show people that, man, you can overcome whatever. You just gotta keep going.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. That's another way of saying, like how I say all the time when I learned in grief counseling, like life goes on. You know, so you can't give up, because once you give up, you might as well just shrivel up and die. Like there's no way you can give up. I mean, like if you still want to live, there's no way you can just be like, oh, okay, well I'm a lay down or sit down and just take it. I'm gonna let this happen to me. Like you can't. There's no way. And still be sane. I don't think that there's a possible way for that to happen. You talked about specifically your faith and your faith growing. What does that look like, or what did that look like as your faith was growing, and like what's the difference between before and after?
Before, I might have still had questions. You know, my prayers may have had a question behind them.
Okay.
I don't question anymore.
Okay.
Because if everybody's looking at you, even medical professionals, not quite even sure.
Yeah.
You know? No, there's no question.
Yeah.
There's no wonder. There's no question. My neurosurgeon, when I came out from that first surgery, I'm supposed to have no sight in my left eye. Okay. So I come out and he's like, how's everything going? Everything good? Other than, you know, not having vision in your left eye. I was like, I can see out of my left eye. He was like, no, you can't.
I remember this conversation.
Yeah.
You were telling me, yeah.
I was like, no, Dr. Shagru, I can see out of my left eye. He was like, no, you can't. I was like, yes. He was like, how many fingers am I? I said,
I hate that test.
I can see. I said 5. He was like, you can see.
I told you.
I can see.
Right.
You know, nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
I know how I can see.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. Yeah. You know.
Oh man. Yep. I can see. Is there a scripture or a quote that helped you get through the most difficult times? And if so, what is it?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay.
Just, you know, I can do all things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, if I didn't think that before, man.
Yeah. Now it's a given. Like there's no, like you just said, no question.
I'm going to tell you, the second time I went in for my second brain surgery, it was in March of 2019. I went into OU and I'm in the waiting room. And there's an elderly woman in there and she's coughing. Well, being Stephanie, what am I going to do? I'm looking around. Nobody's helping her. I get up.
Right.
She's pumping this inhaler. I'm watching the medicine go in and watching it flow back out. It's not going into her lungs. So I go over to the desk. I tell them, I'm like, hey, can you get somebody to come help her? I go over to her, take her inhaler, put it in her purse. I sit with her. What is she doing? She's coughing all over me.
Right.
Not thinking anything about it. Go back, have brain surgery. 3 days after my surgery, they come to me and they're like, you have to go home. What do you mean?
Yep.
They were like, no, we have 3 unconfirmed cases of that virus here at the hospital, and we don't want you here. I'm like, okay. Mind you, I was telling you about how Gregory had to grow up. Gregory was giving me shots in my stomach at home. Like, he's 10.
Yeah.
You know, he's 10 caring for me like they would in ICU at a hospital with brain surgery.
Yeah.
You know, okay. After about 7 days, I'm coughing.
Yep.
So, not only did I just have brain surgery, I now have COVID too. You know. But I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm still here. And it is, I mean, that's just it.
Yeah. That means, to me, I don't know about anybody else, but to me, you have a calling on your life. Because a lot of people couldn't go through that. And then for you to still be as selfless as you are. Like, I don't know very many people who would go and help somebody in the emergency room when I'm getting ready to go and have surgery myself. Like, to have my own little peaceful, quiet time, get my mind right before I go under this knife. Especially brain surgery.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah. I was about to be like, you better than me. I don't know. Like, since I've never been in a situation like that, I don't know if I would go and help. I don't know. I can't say, yeah, I would do the same thing. I would question I would question me in that particular sense. How has surviving a brain tumor changed the way you see yourself today?
Honestly, it's made me appreciate everything way more. Before brain tumors, nothing I ever did was really good enough. I needed to do more. Now, I appreciate everything. I appreciate going and substituting at my son's school. I appreciate being a part of the parent organization, volunteering, going to the games. I appreciate every concert, contest. I appreciate sitting down and watching a movie. Do I have as much as I did before? No.
Yeah.
But I appreciate everything 10 times more.
Yeah.
10 times more. Because I'm here.
Yeah. So that means to me, that you do have as much. You actually have more.
I don't have as much worldly things. But, man, I have so much more.
Yeah.
I'm so much more thankful for the things that I do have. It definitely puts everything in perspective.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man. That's good. What has been the hardest part about your recovery? Because, I mean, to me, I don't know. I think recovery has no end. Mm-hmm. So even now, you're still in recovery. Mm-hmm. So what has been the hardest part from then, like immediately after surgery, to now?
Body image.
Okay.
Just everything. I mean, sometimes I'll have hair, sometimes I won't. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll have the regular Stephanie body weight. Sometimes I could be 260 pounds. Mm-hmm. You know, it just depends on what part of my fight I'm in at that time. Mm-hmm. You know, and that was, I think, a big part of it for me, is that I had to also say, it doesn't matter what my appearance is at this time. Mm-hmm. I'm still me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And that funny story, I guess, maybe. You used to always talk about me, girl, why you cut your hair?
Oh, I know.
Listen, and so like when you said that, I'm like, well, yeah, because I remember when you cut your hair, and I was like, I mean, to me, anybody that cuts their hair off is pretty. It's always just been this thing, like I just loved it, but I was like, oh yeah, that was a tough decision. Like I know it was. It makes me think about when you asked me to be a bridesmaid, and you was like, but you can't be bald headed in my wedding. You gotta wear a wig. And I got a quick weave. And I was like, I look so weird.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I still have pictures. Like, I look back every time on Facebook Memories. I'll be like, I had this hair glued to my head. Drove from Dallas to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And people was looking at me like, is that Tony? What? Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
I can't believe you cut your hair. I can't believe you cut your hair like that. Why? Sounded like my granddaddy. I was like, dang. All right, well.
Yeah, growth. Yeah, growth.
For real. And then I didn't even know I had alopecia, right? So, like, I was just cutting it for the sake of cutting it.
Because you just wanted to be faded up. That's all that
was. What it was. Clean cut with the waves.
The waves,
you know what I'm saying?
Dang waves. I'll be like,
right.
Girl.
That's so funny, but true. Yeah, I loved it. Are there moments that you feel like you're, like, just guessing your way through it?
Lots of moments. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of times where I'm just guessing. And that's part of it. You know, like I said, a lot of times I just have to just go with whatever. Mm-hmm. I go with the flow. Yeah. You know, I used to be so structured. Like, I have to have this and this and this. And if this isn't right, then that's not right. If that's not right, I don't feel like this, you know. So that has been a very big adjustment for me. Mm-hmm. That I just have to go with the flow. Yeah. Okay. And that's definitely been a big adjustment. Okay. You know. Yeah. But hey.
You doing it. So hey. Yeah. Outside of you being more appreciative of things, did this experience change your relationships with your family, friends, or community? And if so, how?
It showed me how much my community cared about me. Mm-hmm. My community showed up for me so hard. Like, I had little league teams standing on corners for me, sorors making shirts for me, associations doing walks for me. Yeah. Like, it was great. Mm-hmm. You know, it was really great to see all the support that I had. Just, I mean, it was just people being there. Yeah. I always had somebody being there. Mm-hmm. With my family, a lot of it was just, I mean, if I didn't have my family and my friends, I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
You know, because I couldn't do anything for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I mean, everything was done for me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I could not walk.
Mm-hmm.
I could not write.
Yeah.
I wasn't even conscious. Everybody always talks about the fact that I was like, what's his name? Is that Dory, the one who couldn't remember anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were. Like we just talked about this, Stephanie. And then I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. My sister, she would say that I would go to sleep, I'd be asleep, and then I'd wake up and see she was there, and she'd be like, hey, and I'd be like, hey, when did you get here? And she'd say it. She said that I'd go back and sleep. And then I'd wake up again and be like, hey, when did you get here? And then I'd go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then wake up again and be like, hey, when did you get here?
I bet she was like, that's Stephanie. I'm not going to answer that question again.
She
said
the
she
third
would be
time.
So
mad. Or they would say that I watched the same movie. What was it? Batman versus Superman, I think. They said I watched that every day. 3 times a day for like 3 months straight.
Oh, wow.
I thought I had never seen it before.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
You know.
So do you still remember it now, though?
I had to watch it.
You know what I'm saying? Like
recently.
Oh. Okay. I thought you were talking about this. No. Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
I watched it because, no, I didn't remember.
Okay.
People was like, yeah, I came and saw you. I was like, for real? Thank you.
So you remember the last time I came to the house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember that.
Okay.
I remember that. I remember, too, because you know how traumatized I get about throwing up. Mm-hmm. I remember when you helped me in the hospital, too. Mm-hmm. I was like, ooh, glad Tony was there.
Listen, I was like, oh, this love. This is love. And I had on this nice, like, dress because I had just come from church, remember? I was like, oh God. Oh, Jesus.
No, I don't remember the dress or church.
Right, of course you don't.
I just remember you being there. And I was like, whew, yeah, she was there. Because Mama wasn't there, so I was like,
yeah. So she was in the hospital.
But
I sent her to go get right. Yeah, I was like, hey, Mama, go eat. Go do whatever. I'm here. So, yeah, that was... How do you continue to care for your health and your mindset now after treatment?
So far as, like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
I like to dance still. So, you know.
You making TikToks with the boys.
Girl, yes. And I'm on this line dancing stuff, so heavy.
Okay.
I mean, line dancing.
Everybody, right?
Line dancing all around the city, girl. But I do that, and I'm still really, like, cautious and mindful about what I eat and stuff like that. And then I also just have to, I still stay in the Word really strong, you know. But other than that, it's just going day to day still.
Yeah.
You know, making sure, like, Gregory's going to college next week. Mm-hmm. So,
right.
You know, just being real active with my kids and pretty much that's it.
What was something small but meaningful that gave you strength during that time?
I don't necessarily know if I had a particular, like, thing. It was just always my will that I had to keep going. You know, my family experienced a lot of loss, and I watched how, like, my mother had to, like, go through so much. And I refused to have her go through anything over me.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I gotta get better. I just have to. And I did.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, that's a heavy mantle to put on. So I know a lot of times, like, they always say, like, once you get a certain age, like, you're raising your parents. But then to have to think, like, I have to stay here. I have to get better because I don't want Mom to experience what she's already experienced. but at a different level because, she's my mom.
Yeah.
That's tough. But again, you did it.
Yeah.
You made a way. And a lot of people couldn't do that. So, yeah. What are some of the things that you remember that make you smile instead of hurt with regards to that time?
Crazy thing is most of it makes me smile. Mm-hmm. Even though some of it was not really so much to smile about. Yeah. It was this crazy stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing. So my first night in my rehab hospital, they tried to say that kids couldn't come into the TBI unit. Mm-hmm. And so I'm laying in there in my room, and there's a buzzer. So I hear my son's voice. Mm-hmm. They were like, we're sorry, we don't allow kids in this unit. And I hear little Quincy, like I said, he was 3 at the time. He said, I just want to see my mama. Mm-hmm. Mind you, I'm not quite all there at this point in time. Oh my gosh, I freaking lost it. Yeah. I was like, y'all better let my kids in. I'm finna burn this game down. Y'all got me messed up. Right. I mean, girls, so they were like, okay. Yeah. So they let my kids come in and let everybody tell me goodnight and all that. And then they had to leave. Mm-hmm. Well, after the nurse came in, and she told me everything was okay. And then I tried to eat. And because I had acted so ugly, I threw everything up. Oh. And I was like, sorry, guys.
My bad.
And I laughed at myself so hard all night. I was like, oh, I acted ugly. The next day, they put me outside of the traumatic brain injury.
You are no longer welcome here.
They just moved me like one room outside of that unit, but they were like, yeah, we like it to be really quiet in this area. And I was like, sorry.
Right. Well, you're not going to get that with me here, are you? Do you now feel pressure to be strong, even when you're still figuring out how to be yourself again?
No. The crazy thing is now I don't feel any pressure.
Oh, okay.
Now, honestly, I just go with the flow. Mm-hmm. I don't I think, but I didn't realize it at that point in time, but that was a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. And so now when stuff comes, oh well.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't realize it was pressure, it had to have been. Because now, to me, it's just whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question. Well, I've had a lot of questions. I remember. I don't remember who called me and told me. I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was Tiff. But somebody called me and told me that you had a seizure while driving. Mm-hmm. Was that before the diagnosis or after surgery?
Well, mind you, I've had 4.
Right.
So
okay.
This seizure was before that second. No, this seizure was before my second craniotomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2019.
Okay. I think you told me.
Probably. I had that seizure in 2019, and it was rough. Because when I had that seizure driving, of course they take your driver's license.
Right.
So I had 2 years that I had no driver's license. Right. I had to walk everywhere. I couldn't take my kids to school. I couldn't nothing. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything because I couldn't drive anywhere. So it was a real adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, I already had to stop working in the behavioral health field because during all of my psych evals and everything,
Mm-hmm.
they were like, we think you need to go do simpler work. I was like, simpler work?
Right.
This was in 2017.
Uh-huh.
I was like, simpler work? I have $100,000 in student loans.
Right.
I'm not going to do simpler work.
Right.
That's not going to work out for me. And so, in my crazy mind, I thought simpler work would be like insurance.
Okay.
So I go get my insurance licenses.
Uh-huh.
That was not simpler work.
I remember all of this. It was like, okay, all right.
And so, I get these insurance business and I'm working. And like I said, then what? Another brain tumor.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not working out for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was actually going to work
Mm-hmm.
doing insurance when I wrecked my car.
Yeah. With all that going on, though, and I guess it's not a though, with all that going on, did you start feeling or having like, not negative feelings, but was your self-worth taking a hit?
It wasn't my self-worth. It was more so my resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to remember during all of this too, my mother died.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped doing, like I said, my job that I, of course, got a bachelor's for,
right.
Got a master's for.
Yeah.
And so now I've got all of this stuff that I've worked to achieve. And then I go get an insurance license. Then I lose all that work too. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, then my mother dies. And then I lose my driver's license. And I'm just sitting here like, I'm not going to try anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go out and keep pushing to do these things and ending up back in the same spot.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Mm-hmm. I had to just be okay with saying I'm okay without needing to excel at everything in that realm.
Yeah.
But that was hard for me at first.
Mm-hmm.
That was really hard.
So how did you learn or teach yourself how to just be still?
It was really, I went and lived in a tent.
I remember that.
Yep. I said, this is not working. I had to just totally break away from everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and I lived in a tent. When I lost my driver's license, I was like, this is not working out.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot function in society with the way that my body and mind are trying to make me function.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do this. And so I was like, I'm going to go live in a tent.
Yeah.
And I did for 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yep.
Everybody was like, what? Like, yo, what is going on with that? Like, you said I was a Looney Tune. Yes. She was like, yo, what? And they just letting her do this? But, I mean, you have such a strong personality. There wasn't really no lit. It was, I'm going to do it, and you're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. So, man, I just remember being like, she's living work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But hey, excuse me. Just like you said, like, you went through, right? Like, you just kept going. So even though you stopped at a point, that stopping got you back to where you needed to be able to pick up and still then from there move forward. Mm-hmm. So, hey, that's a reset that a lot of people can't say that they have or were able to experience.
Yeah, I was still was trying to make myself fit into the same box as everyone else. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't working.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't. I was like, this is not working out.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I had to do something different.
Yeah. And so still, I got to go back to the question I asked before. In this time, Did you get angry or upset with God?
No. And this time, the only thing that got me through was God. I read more Bible during that time and prayed more than I ever have in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all I did.
Yeah.
Well, that Mr. Bojangles.
Oh my God.
And Baby Love.
Yeah.
Supremes. That was all I did.
I feel like we need to explain to the people. Mr. Bojangles.
So, you know, if you knew anything about me, you knew that I was always just that party, that dance, that fun, that everything.
Yeah.
And everybody always would be like, Stephanie, where are you at? What are you doing? Are you going to come? You going to be dancing? I was like, and that I just felt like Mr. Bojangles.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
I mean, okay. Yeah.
Everybody would always be like, are you going to come dance?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to dance? And I was like, God dog it.
Yeah.
You know? But that's what I felt like. I felt like Sammy Davis Jr. was singing my story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't, an alcoholic,
right?
Or, all that.
Yeah.
But that's what I felt like.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just watched the video over and over all day.
So, just to give some context for the Bojangles story, or the relevance of Bojangles. Back in our younger days, our former lives, before we were, pillars of the community, we used to go to parties like all the time. Like, we were some partying fools. Party and IHOP. That's what we would do. That was our thing. And I would go to sleep at IHOP and order my food. Yep, wake up and eat. But Stephanie had like this different persona when she started dancing. Like for real, like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. Like, because when you talk to her outside, it's like, oh, and we were like, she's so ditzy. like who? And then, but listen, she started dancing and it's like,
for real?
Like, who? I'm like, who is that? Like, oh my God. Let Nuck If You Butt come on and we out there strolling. And she like, yeah, like, you better not break my stroll. Like, everything is, so I get it. And I know I was just referencing strolling, but like, no, like we were funny. The clip from the Cosby Show. There was like Bill Cosby and I can't remember his friend. They was challenging each other back and forth.
Challenge.
That was like the story of our lives back then. If someone listening is just beginning their brain tumor journey, what would you want them to know?
First thing I would say is it's not a sprint. Mm-hmm. It's a marathon. Mm-hmm. Give yourself grace. That my biggest thing was I wanted to rush through everything. No, It takes time. Yeah. Give yourself time, not a little bit of time, like years of time. Mm-hmm. It's okay to lean on people. Yeah. And it's okay to be sad at sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's okay if you don't hit a mark, and just have faith. Yeah. Pray, because he hears you. Mm-hmm. For sure. He hears you. Yeah. You just give yourself that grace.
Well, Steph, thank you for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so honored that you said yeah when I asked. So, I can be like, well, I know she gonna say yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even though I know you would have.
Right.
I don't want to take you for granted.
Oh,
see there. Thank you. I love you, girl. So again, thank you for coming on Living the Bold. I know that somebody out there, whether they're dealing with a brain tumor or anything like that, or they're just dealing with grief, that your story helped them. And your story, even though you said you lost it, your story is one of strength and resilience. And so I know that somebody will be touched by hearing this, and you'll motivate somebody to keep moving. And so thank you for being as vulnerable as you were and honest and just, I don't know, being you. So thank you, girl. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you guys for watching. Like I said just a second ago, I know that somebody will be touched by hearing Stephanie's story. I don't know very many people who are stronger than her. And so I am honored and deeply moved that she decided to grace us with her presence. So thank you guys again for watching, for being a part of the Live in the Bold community. And as always, how I always say, God made everything on the face of the earth, but he made you in his image. So you are God's greatest. Don't ever forget that. I love you guys. Bye-bye.